Petroleum marketers have said that the motor spirit, that's premium motor spirits, cannot sell below 1.5. That's 1,500 naira per litre in the current circumstances. They said the current level of supply, which leaves a huge gap between the cost reflective price and the present pump price of between 617 naira and 820 naira per litre, is causing supply shortage. Speaking with newsmen on telephone, the president of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Petroleum, Dr. Billy Harry, said the product is not sold below $1 anywhere in the world. Harry has said he was shedding light on why the marketers stopped importing petrol, and he said nobody is going to import the product around 1.5 and then sell it less than 1.4. This is because you have to make profit to be able to restock the product. There is nowhere 1 litre of the product sells for less than $1, and $1 today is about 1.6 or thereabout, and it is almost 1,700. So you can see that even if you import petrol, even at 90%, you can't reasonably make any profit. So the government is absorbing the shock. The NNPCL is absorbing the shock. We are willing and we are still making efforts. He decried the difficulty marketers go through to access forex from the Central Bank of Nigeria as another reason for abandoning the deal. Harry has said that we tried to bring one cargo when the regulation started. After that one cargo, we couldn't bring again because to access forex to pay for other fees is such a challenge, and to also be able to place our order becomes a challenge for the same reason that we can't access forex from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Also, don't forget that the landed price of petrol in Nigeria is quite higher than what is being sold at the retail outlet. These were some of the challenges that were mentioned by the marketers, petrol marketers in Nigeria, and this is what they have said. This is the reason we stopped importing fuel. Imagine a country that produces crude oil having all of these challenges and going through all of these challenges after how many years of discovering crude oil in the country?
Is a pathetic situation that we have found ourselves as citizens of this country. That Nigeria is still importing fuel, petrol. And I keep asking, where is the raw material situated? Where is the raw material that is being refined, that gives to produce petrol? Where is it? It's found here in the country, it's found here in Nigeria. And we have refineries. What has kept those refineries the way? That is why the government cannot convince an average Nigerian. It will be very difficult for an average Nigerian to believe 70 to 80% whatever policy or statement that our government is telling us or is making. Quite difficult. You have the raw material. You have the facility to refine the raw material. Am I correct? Yet you are not refining. You are not taking your raw materials outside. They will refine outside, and then you do what? You now import.
More expensive.
Very expensive.
You must add that.
And then you want to tell us that you are leading a people. You want us to see you as a leader.
What do you think is the challenge with this?
Of course, the challenge is the interest of the government, which they have not unveiled to the people they are leading. Probably the government has huge benefit, huge advantage importing the product than producing here in the country. There is something selfish about this whole thing. I see high level of egocentrism. You want to impoverish the people, then to grow your personal status, profile, and company or whatever, which they have not made. Because aside that reason, I see no reason why Nigeria will still be talking about importation of petrol.
Because when we talk about most of the issues and challenges that we're facing as a country, it is always boiling down to the refineries not being as effective.
That's the focal point. That is it. That's the point. And you now need to, I don't think it will be difficult for an average Nigerian to concur to what I'm saying. If there is no hidden agenda, if there is no selfish interest, for the past 2 decades, Nigerians have been, let me just say 2 decades, Nigerians have been lamenting on the issue of, petroleum. Petroleum prices have been so inconsistent. There is no administration that has maintained a particular petroleum price. And the issue of refining the product here in the country has been a subject matter that all well-meaning Nigerians, both well-meaning and those that are
almost every Nigerian.
Every Nigerians, both the informed and uninformed, are lamenting, and the government is adamant to addressing the issue. There's no two ways about it. They are interested in living.
Let's look at some of the steps now. Some of the steps that the government has taken towards making our refineries functional. A lot of times we've had large amount of monies year in, year out being, channeled to revamping the refineries. All right? That is a step. Anyhow you want to see it, is a step by the government to put our refineries in place. We've heard that over and over again. And that's why some Nigerians are saying all of those monies that have been put into revamping the refineries and are still not functional, if probably have been put together to build a new refinery, that refinery would have been in place by now. But we cannot say that the government has not done anything, because this, like I said, is a move and a step that the government told us were carried out.
Yeah, a step, a move or a step that is supposed to be one in the right direction, but the outcome has kept all of us in a very serious position. Let me call it in a dungeon of obscurity, no longer knowing what is going on.
No, we're told they'll be functional, especially the Port Harcourt refinery, before the end.
Is it the first time that you were told?
Year?
It's not the first time, and that's why some of us, especially myself, until I see it working, I can't. There is no amount of conviction. There is no amount of words that the government will use to convince me or to make me believe that their pronouncement when it comes to the oil sector, in terms of our refinery working, that will make me believe. I won't believe, because, for instance, the Dangote refinery, the hopes of Nigerians were heightened. We were trusting and believing God that, wow, they gave us time in no distant time. We were seeing pictures. And at the end of the day, nothing was forthcoming. So it's not about give us time in the next 1 month, in the next 2 months. Nigerians want to see it work. We want to hear that Port Harcourt refinery, so refinery is now functioning, is producing.
In this capacity.
And then we want to feel the impact of that production, not just because anything is possible in this country. They can as well hijack or carry material to the refinery and then do whatever they want to do and tell us it's producing. If it is actually producing, the effect must trickle down to the grassroots.
Yes. It reminds me of a post that I saw, a very funny post that I saw of a statement that the refinery, Port Harcourt refinery, will be producing before the end of the month, and all of that they'll be producing full capacity before the end of the month. And then someone said, is the refinery aware that they
Okay.
And someone's like, is the refinery aware that they'll be producing before the end of the month? But let's look at our last story now.
And I was wondering if the refinery has become an animate object.
That are not aware. They just, or maybe the people in charge might even just see the post and they'll be like, wow, so we'll be producing. All right, let's look at the next story now.